Hey there, Coach Devin here. Let's talk about counting calories. Now, I had a conversation last night with my sister. My sister is very interested in fitness. She's not a trainer, but she's very well versed in fitness. She's very interested in fitness. Sarah is very fit. Genetically, she's got better genetics than I do. I don't know how she managed to, but she pulled it off. She tends to be lean. She walks around with abs all the time. Even if she isn't working out much, she still has abs. So I'm a little jealous of her for those things. We're talking about food, and she says, I really like to follow my macros. So following your macros, and this was a big deal a few years ago. It was called If It Fits Your Macros. If it fits your macros just means this. Make sure you're eating the right number of macronutrients, which is proteins, fats, carbohydrates, for the amount of weight you are, and you are going to stay lean, get leaner, whatever. It's kind of a cool idea, but you know what? Honestly, I said to her, I don't do that. I don't count my macros. I don't really pay attention to those. And she said, well, do you count your calories? And I was like, no, I don't really count my calories either. And she's like, well, Devin, don't you tell people to count calories? And you know what? That is true. I tell people all the time, count your calories. Why do I want you to count your calories? It's actually pretty simple of the reason I want you to count your calories. I want you to count calories so you have an idea of how many calories you're taking in. That's important. The problem a lot of people have is they don't count their calories. Because they don't count their calories, they have no idea how many they're actually taking in. So when we do programs like our transformation program called Project Fit, we get people to count their calories throughout the whole program, and basically they track it either in MyFitnessPal or in our own app. We track how many calories you're eating, and we get them to eat at a calorie deficit, which means they lose weight. That's the high and low. It's not rocket science. It's actually pretty simple. The problem is people get tired of counting calories. I can be honest, I get tired of counting calories too. The reason I get people to count calories, especially in a program like Project Fit, is I want you to learn where the calories you're eating are coming from. How many calories you're getting. If you're eating a Big Mac, how many calories is that? If you're putting sauce on all your food, how many calories is that? If you're eating things that are calorie dense or drinking things, even worse, and then one of the worst things people can do is drink their calories because it doesn't fill you up. If you're doing that, if you're drinking a liquid that is giving you a bunch of extra calories, what I'm trying to do in something like Project Fit is teach people where are your calories coming from, how you can modify that a little bit and do better with the calories you take. Now, this is almost like a do as I say and not as I do, right? And that's what my sister was saying. Well, you're telling people to do it, but you're not doing it. Why aren't you doing that? That doesn't make any sense. All right. The reason is I'm the same as everybody else. Bottom line, I'm the same as you. I'm exactly like you. I get tired of counting calories. I did for a little bit. Back in the days when I was bodybuilding, it's been a long time. You know, I was very strict on where my calories were. I knew how much I was putting in my body. Now I don't do that. Well, why don't I do that? And why am I not gaining extra weight? Well, the reason is actually fairly simple. I have learned how to eat better. Or maybe a better way to say it, I have learned to eat something that works for me. And I can maintain my weight and stay pretty damn lean most of the time. I can walk around with abs 365 days a year, still have McDonald's. No, I'm not a huge McDonald's fan. Still have pizza, on Friday night with the kids. I can still go out for ice cream if I feel like going out for ice cream. I can do those things. It's okay, I can do them and still maintain my body weight. Well, how did I do that? Well, it's because I've spent a lot of time doing this. When I'm talking about doing, bodybuilding shows, we're talking 17, 18 years ago. It's a long time. So I learned what numbers of calories are in things, which is why I want people to learn where their calories are coming from. I've realized, okay, I get calories from this, this, and this. If I'm clean with my diet on these things, then I can get what I want. I can look the way I want to look for the most part and still not have to think about it too much. Well, how do I do that? And that's what my sister said. Well, how do you do that? Because I count my calories all the time. Sarah is very lean. She's super lean, and that's cool. It's awesome. She's probably leaner than I am, and that's great. How do I do it to make it simpler for me? Well, you want it to turn into second nature. That's what you have to do. So what I've done over the course of my time, and I've been doing this a long time, right? So it does get easier with time. But my friend Cameron, who I created Project Fit for, he wanted to get abs, he wanted to walk around with abs. I said, I'll create a program for you, and I created a program for him. He's walking around with abs almost 2 years later. It's great, works great. How I do it is I eat 5 to 6 small meals every day. Every single day, 5 to 6 small meals. The thing I pay attention to the most is protein. I make sure I get enough protein because it makes me full. Outside of that, I pretty much am comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't go crazy on things. I don't have to count a lot of stuff because if I get those 5 to 6 small meals in, I'm comfortable. I don't eat till I'm sick, and that is a huge thing to remember. You can eat until you're comfortable or you can eat until you're stuffed. It totally is up to you. But if you eat until you're stuffed, bad things happen. And the trick here is that I don't eat until I'm sick. I don't eat until I'm stuffed. You don't have to do that. It's not a necessity to feel disgustingly full. It's not a necessity. In fact, it's actually bad. So I never eat till I'm super full. I also never get to a point where I'm super hungry because I find when I get hungry, I make bad decisions. This is a fact. I tend to do that. I will overeat. If I come home and I'm hungry and I have to make supper and it's going to take me half an hour, I'm probably going to eat some crackers and cheese and whatever the hell else I can get my hands on because I'm hungry. I make bad decisions hungry. I guarantee you that. In the middle of the night, I'm a guy that gets up, I'm hungry, I want to eat something, and I will probably go eat something stupid or just too much of it because I'm half awake, etc. Those things happen to me quite often. So I have learned the best bet for me is to be smart, is to eat reasonably, consistently, never get stuffed, never get super hungry, sort of fall in that middle ground there where I'm just kind of in the center. I'm comfortable but not stuffed or too hungry. Those things really work. Really, when you come down to counting calories, you don't have to count calories for the rest of your life. You just don't. That's one of the problems with people who follow if it fits your macros or calorie counting or whatever else you're doing. You can do that, but you're going to get tired of it. You're going to get tired of punching it in your phone all the time. All it is a tool, guys. It is a tool to help you learn how to be better. How do you want to get better at this? Well, I can tell you how to get better at this. Learn what calories you're eating, learn how you should eat, and to go back to my friend Cameron, pretty simple one. He says all the time, I eat whatever the hell I want on the weekends. He has pizza, he likes pizza, he has like nachos, he has chips, he's whatever the hell he wants, jujubes. Like the guy just, or not jujubes, he likes licorice. Cameron is a big licorice fan. He eats all that stuff on the weekends, but he knows he can take 2 days and eat whatever he wants, not think about it, and then Monday, he goes back to the way he was eating before. So he's clean. Monday to Friday, everything is perfect on board. You can do that. Just like me. I can have ice cream sometimes with my kids. That's okay. I also can have pizza night and eat some chips and watch movies. That's okay too. Things in moderation work. Bottom line, things in moderation always work. If you go too hard, if you think you have to be perfect all the time, bad things will happen. You have to have some reasonableness with your life. I have said this forever. I will always preach it. Have some reasonableness with your life. Don't say, I'm never going to eat junk food again, because that's stupid. You will, then you'll feel bad. But at the same time, if you have 5 or 6 days of good, clean eating, and you don't blow it on the weekend, and you could, if you're a calorie deficit of 200 every single day, and then you screw it on the weekend because you ate an extra 3,000 calories, well, bad things are happening there. That's just a bad decision. But if you know how many calories are in things, you have a rough idea of what you're doing, you're getting enough protein, you're not getting super hungry, those things will work. It will get you to a point where you don't have to think all day, every day, what is going on? How am I doing this? Is this working for me anymore? You don't have to do it. You can get into a mode where you're in a maintenance type mode. And this is what we're talking about, a maintenance mode. So that's what I say to my sister. Look, I'm in a maintenance mode now. I'm not trying to get leaner. I'm pretty happy with where I am. Listen, I would always like to be a little leaner. That's just who I am. But I'd also like to get a little bigger. So I'm basically in this maintenance mode where I'm trying to stick, be healthy, be able to have a reasonable lifestyle, eat stuff that I want to eat when I want to eat it. If I want to go places with my kids, that's cool. If I want to have movie night, that's cool. I don't have to think about it too much. That's the big thing. If you have to think about your diet all day, you won't follow it. Those are the facts, period. End of discussion. If you have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, write them up down below. I would love to hear from you. I got to tell you, a lot of these videos come from people asking me questions and me saying, hey, I'll answer that. That works. It's the whole point of this thing. I'm trying to give information. I've been 26 years in this industry. I've been 26 years as a trainer. I've done everything wrong you can imagine to do wrong, and I've done a couple of things right, and I've learned things that work. So I'm happy to pass that on. I just want to give out free information as best I can. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome.